unbelievable. And like we said, anytime you have that big of a lead in a game, you have to figure out, how do I possibly lose from here? And Kranich figured it out.
Well, we figured out how RDU possibly loses this match, and it's game number 5 right now. We're going to find out if Kranich can close it out or if RDU can finally get the 3rd win in this series. It's so paramount for both of these players to win. This match could potentially mean $20,000.
So if RDU loses this one, do I owe him an apology?
No, I don't think you owe anyone an apology. That's Tannen.
Yeah.
You know, you're just a jerk, and everyone knows it. So.
I did curse Jab multiple times this season, but he still made the playoffs.
RDU going with Zoo here in game number 4, and I'm sorry, game number 5. And Kranich, why wouldn't you stick with this deck? You just had probably the most powerful draw you could have.
Look at the stress on RDU's face here too. He's really feeling it here.
I wonder, you know, I look at this game and I feel like RDU's, you know, his body language is telling me like regret. That's like what I see right now. He's like, why did I play this? Why didn't I just play Grim Patron?
Yeah, I mean, why didn't I see Kranich re-queuing up Grim Patron here after he won? Kranich didn't queue up Druid this entire match.
Now, that being said, Kranich does not have a weapon in his opening hand, so if RDU sticks a threat or 2 to the board, you're looking at a lot of repeat damage.
And here's something we saw happen. Oh, the Flame It was such a big draw for him here. Now he has a 1, 2, 3, 4. I was wondering if he was going to coin out the Knife Juggler here. We saw ECOP do this with his playoff on the line against Grim Patron, and then they just had the weapon. It was pretty much over from there.
So good news for RDU, sees a slam instead of a Fiery War Axe. So he perks up a little bit now. He knows that his curve is very good at this point.
Yeah, now while most people might be upset with losing their 1-drop there, RDU is actually happy in the way that it died.
Yeah, it's almost like a lightning rod at this point.
Right.
You know, he's just trying to get the removal, trying to get a little bit more information, gets a removal spell out of the way, and Kranich draws Fiery War Axe. This is why you play 2 of this card, by the way. If you're going to play 2, it's because of situations like this.
Yeah, it's pretty good in all the aggressive matchups, but you know, it just depends on how you want to tailor your Grim Patron deck. I mean, they're all within, you know, 3 or 4 cards of each other, but that card, it's hard to cut it.
Yeah. Range going to go with Shield Block.
Good resilient minion here for RDU. Leaves behind 1/1s. It's a 2/4, so it doesn't die directly to Fiery War Axe.
Now, the one big benefit that RDU does have going for him is that his minions are not susceptible to weapons, really.
Yeah, and there's no Death Spite over there on Kranich's side of the board. We saw how good Death Spite was for him last game. I mean, he got to an impossibly big lead on turn 5.
Now, look at this turn 7, though, that Kranich is going to, like, maybe is building here. Warsong Commander, Falling Berserker, double Inner-Rage Whirlwind. Like, that's pretty darn close to enough damage.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even need the Emperor Thoris almost here. Yeah, we haven't seen either one of these guys draw it yet.
Still a little bit off, though. I mean, again, RDU is going to be thrilled with this turn 5. No card draw, no removal, nothing.
Yeah, it might just be armor up pass. I mean, there's a chance he, might swing with his weapon here, just in case, he draws Death Spite and wants to set that up for the turn after. Yeah, that is something Kranich has to take into mind here. He's not just worrying about what he's going to do this turn, how the next couple turns are going to play out as well.
Yeah, it looks to me like armor up pass. I cannot imagine swinging in this board position. That's a really, really interesting play from Kranich.
Yeah, I'm frankly kind of surprised here.
Yeah, that play doesn't really strike me as getting the job done.
I think it surprised RDU as well.
Again, he's got to be pretty happy about it. He just saw Frothing Berserker or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he gets to use an Abusive Sergeant here. He's, try to pick up a demon, draw a couple extra cards, maybe get some value off this Void Caller at some point in time in the game, but now he's just going to make a big board.
I mean, he's gotten kind of the clear signal at this point. Kranich's hand is not equipped to deal with this. Acolyte of Pain may change that a little bit.
Maybe Kranich realized that he was never going to get, a huge combo turn with a Frothing Berserker with the way this game was going to play out over the next 2 or 3 turns. Like, he wasn't going to be able to kill RDU, and he just needed to make it as a tempo play to kind of give himself time over the span of the next couple turns.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I mean, in fact, I think that's exactly what he was considering was, do I have enough time to really do this?
Yeah, we might see him use it as a Whirlwind here as a little bit of utility. It'll get him an extra card off of Acolyte of Pain here as well. Yeah, don't hate these plays from Kranich. I mean, he's just buying himself time, taking care of RDU's draw a little bit here.
Yeah, that Inner Rage actually pretty darn smart. Yeah. This will keep another imp from being summoned. It tries to summon before everything's wiped away.
And then RDU has a huge follow-up here, though.
Yeah, Dr. Boom is a pretty darn good one right here.
Did someone call the doctor?
I don't even know if Dr. Boom's the best, though. I mean, he could still go just Iron Beak Owl, Knife Juggler.
I mean, I could even
Knife tap,
Juggler,
yeah.
you know, Implosion if he wants. I mean, he's got all kinds of options depending on how much he wants to push.
Step number 1 for him is going to be taking out this Acolyte of Pain. And Dr. Boom is hitting the board.
And look how nervous RDU is. Even with this big lead, he knows the power of this deck. I mean, he's played quite a bit of Patron himself.
Yep. Oh,
Speak of the devil.
Wow. That could be disaster for RDU. Kranich content with taking 7 here to execute.
Well, he's going to take 7 either way from this Dr. Boom and getting it off the board.
Yeah, and he needs the Inner Rage for utility. He cannot afford to just let it go right now.
He's going to have to do a Warsong Commander, Inner Rage my Grim Patron, attack you a million times turn here. Defender of Argus, not the worst pickup in the world here for RDU.
Second one, not so much.
They keep rolling in packs here. Every time you see one of them, you see the other one. See, I think these are the hardest turns against Grim Patron here. Is like, do you take care of the minions or do you push for a ton of damage? Because you have to kill them. You can't let them keep drawing, you know, a ton of cards.
Well, this is Kranich's big turn. I don't think he can ever not go for a Grim Patron here.
Yeah. No.
So these boombots actually super important right now.
Yeah. Well, he's going to Inner Rage first here to make sure he has 2 Grim Patrons, but there could be some really, really bad spots. And you can see RDU is.
He is very upset.
He knows this is it. This is the season for him right here.
Oh my, he just could not be more fitting to come down to a situation like this. This boombot's so important right now.
Oh, and it goes face. He also doesn't have a demon in his hand.
Yeah, I know. This is disaster at this point. I mean, Kranich is going to clear up this whole board.
And this is the best thing news. Look at Kranich breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah, I think RDU knows his season perhaps just ended.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of 1 toughness Grim Patrons here. He can maybe get super lucky with Implosion and Knife Juggler here. But, I mean, we're grasping at straws now.
Yeah. Takes out a Grim Patron, not a big deal.
Look at Kranich's face. Did you see that? It's just a huge sigh of relief.
I mean, he's going to have actual perfect juggles here.
What a draw from RDU. I'm sorry, from Kranich there.
Yeah, these have to be perfect draws, no question about it. And he rolls 2 on the Warsong Commander.
Wow, and he hits the wrong Grim Patron immediately. Just
that's
everything that could possibly go wrong.
The reverse sweep is real. Kranich takes it after being down 2 games. And with 1 match left to go, Kranich can seal it up and take that 8th place spot.